It's October, and that means everyone's watching horror movies. One of the most notorious horror franchises out there is The Purge.
Please just let us purge.
The Purge is an American media franchise that centers around an alternate reality dystopian America, which celebrates an annual national holiday where all crime, including murder, becomes legal for a 12-hour period. It began in 2013 with The Purge, and continued with The Purge Anarchy in 2014, The Purge Election Year in 2016, and The First Purge in 2018. A miniseries premiered on USA in 2018, and a fifth film, The Forever Purge, is scheduled to be released in 2021. What if The Purge was real? In this video, I'll discuss how The Purge is set up and its history according to the films, why it would never work the way it's presented, and what the effect would be on the country if the Purge did happen the way the films say it does. According to the films, a new political party called the New Founding Fathers of America, or NFFA, is voted into office following rising social unrest and the worst economic downturn in American history, apparently in or around 2014. The NFFA proposes, passes, and ratifies the 28th Amendment to the Constitution, which establishes the Purge every year from 7 p.m. on March 21st to 7 a.m. on March 22nd. The fourth film in the series, The First Purge, explores the first purge, which was contained on Staten Island, New York. The government offered $5,000 to anyone willing to stay on the island during the purge. It's not established if this is before, after, or during the ratification of the 28th Amendment. In the third film, Election Year, set some 20 years after the purge was established, Senator Charlie Roan is running for president on the platform of ending the purge, and is leading in the polls since the public has apparently become tired of the purge and is ready to be done with it. This is supported by the second film, The Purge Anarchy, where the government sends out hit squads to keep kill counts up since nobody is really participating anymore. These same hit squads are present in Election Year. However, at the end of the film, President Roan issues an executive order canceling the purge, which conflicts with the rest of the franchise since a constitutional amendment cannot be overturned by executive order. There is no mainstream political party in existence or in history that would support the idea of a purge. The Great Depression started in 1929 and lasted through the 1930s. In the election of 1932, no third-party candidate earned a single electoral vote. In the presidential election after the Black Monday stock market crash, a third-party candidate earned only one electoral vote in West Virginia. So an economic downturn that resulted in a third party winning the presidency and taking control of both houses of Congress would have to be really bad, worse than the Depression, and probably last about a decade, going through at least 2 election cycles with no real progress being made, which is unlikely. Even if that did occur, the idea that a constitutional amendment for a purge would be ratified is laughable at best. It would have to be proposed, passed, and ratified after the NFFA took power, but before the economy bounced back and the social unrest problems were solved, so probably within a 2 to 4 year period. The First Purge suggests that a successful social experiment in New York led to the passage of a constitutional amendment, which is plausible. But to be ratified, an amendment has to pass Congress and be ratified by 38 states. New York has 29 seats in Congress, hardly a majority out of 538. Only 17 states have higher poverty levels than New York, and if all those states ratified the proposed amendment, it would still be 20 states short of ratification. If somehow all those hurdles could get jumped over and the purge could be established, it would likely be a one-time event. There would be a revolt, people would vote the NFFA out of office, and a 29th Amendment would quickly be passed to repeal the 28th Amendment. Even if that didn't happen, The effect a purge would have on the economy would be disastrous. After the 1992 Los Angeles riots, 3,767 buildings were affected, and damages exceeded $1 billion. In 1992, Los Angeles County had 9 million people, about 0.04% of the United States. If the whole country engaged in a purge, it's likely that over 100,000 buildings would be destroyed with the absence of a fire department. Damages would exceed $30 billion, and many companies would likely be left without corporate executives. In the events of the first film, a major company CEO was killed in the purge. The stock market would crash every year right before the purge. What do you think would happen if the purge became a real thing? Please let me know in the comments. If you liked this video, please subscribe and hit that little bell down in the corner to get notifications.